Remembering the Osbournes Podcast. This is reflection in the end of Ozzy's final year, 2025. Just thinking how I can really appreciate this podcast. This is, if 1980 Ozzy's contribution was Blizzard of Oz, this is his contribution the last few years. And we as the audience got to have fun with the family and watching these videos. It all started a couple of years ago when they announced they were going to do it. I don't know why they called it episode 201. I guess somewhere else there's 200 other episodes, but I don't know where they are or where to find them. But this is YouTube. Maybe they were not filmed before, but these last rough years of Ozzy, 2020 to 2025, I guess this is just 2023, 2024, he's able to at least do something aside from recording music, which is hang out and talk with the family, hang with the dogs. There were a lot of funny episodes. It says I only have watched a few of these, but I know I've watched most of them. It was either on my other channel or it's just forgotten. But yeah, now more than ever, I'm interested to go back and find the videos that I did not watch. My favorite one, there was one, it had nothing to do with Jack being gone, but Jack was gone, and the very first one, Kelly did a quiz asking modern words, and Ozzy and Sharon could not understand any word and didn't know what any of them meant. And Ozzy was doing his, he was just being himself, but he's just like, "What are you saying right now?" It was really funny. And yeah, there's a lot of these episodes, right? Kind of till the end, they stopped doing them the last year or so. And I think that's because Ozzy's health got so bad that he couldn't even participate in the podcast. But then they recently, 1 month ago, after 3 months after he passed, they kind of did the old style again, where they spoke about how they've been coping and grieving the loss of their husband and father, Ozzy. And I think it would be cool to keep hearing from them. That they are America's and the UK. I guess they are British, but I was going to say America's rock and roll family. They are the first family of rock and roll, right? I do, they did talk about everything under the sun in this podcast, and I would have liked to have heard more about Ozzy's, like, movies and film and art likings, or even if it was stuff he didn't even know about. Ozzy, do you like this song? I want to know his opinion on all kinds of things. I think they already know his opinions well, so they might not have thought to do that kind of thing. But that's something I was always waiting for more of. And every time Ozzy would speak, in my opinion, it would kind of be like, okay, everyone, stop talking, stop interrupting him. Like, he's the one I really want to hear the most. And then whenever he would speak, it like his words had the most potency. Just, he is the original, he is the, I don't know. And then Sharon is kind of that way too. She, I feel really bad saying this. I take back what I just said. I really like the whole family. Like, I don't mean to say that, like, I like anyone more than, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm an Ozzy fan. So I just was saying words. But Sharon, I would love to hear more of her talk about music business. I don't know if she's exhausted from it at this point. But those small moments where she would go into music business, I'd be like, oh. I thought it was really interesting. Because I know she's really good, and she doesn't let people take advantage of her, and she's put on some of the biggest musical events of all time, right? So I remember that there was a few moments where she'd be like, he's an asshole, or this show is really difficult to put together, and I'd want to hear more of that. Yeah, so a check-in would be cool. Another more of Sharon would be awesome. But yeah, I'm really glad. So from 201 to 238, 243, 246, 249. I mean, we got around 50 hour-long episodes with Ozzy. 50 hours of Ozzy. I mean, and he is talking about Black Sabbath and the Osbourne show, the movie that they're making. That's another thing. Has everyone forgotten? There's an Ozzy movie in the works. So even like he has this magical power to always stay relevant. And just as the next 6 months are going to go by of 2026 and we're going to be like, man, we haven't heard much of Ozzy. It's going to be like, boom, here's the big Ozzy movie. And so something like that. I don't know. I'm just predicting here. Yeah. I don't know. I just had this thought. It was a cool moment how they put this show together. What was your favorite moment of this podcast? Did you watch every episode or just some of them? What did you want more of? What did you feel like you got a lot of? And yeah, let me know your other thoughts. How have you been celebrating the life and work of Ozzy these last few months since we lost him? I've been listening to him. I've been buying more records and getting shirts for Black Sabbath and Ozzy. And they did that Back to the Beginning show. I think the rock community, I don't even know how to do this, but it would be so cool if there was like some kind of annual show. Because we had the Taylor Hawkins show, and that brought everyone together. Similar crowd even. Similar artists. And then the Ozzy show. What's the next? Can we have like... That would be so cool. Like a yearly, or even every other year show where it's like the Super Bowl of rock. I think that would be... I guess Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction is kind of like that. But... I don't know. There needs to be rock artists in order for... It might just be one rock artist, and then you'll get 2 or 3 songs, especially under the mercy of if the pop artist before you goes on and on and on with speeches, which was the case with Ozzy, super unfortunately, and you're just limited 2 songs. No, we need a rock Super Bowl every year where the big artists get together. Back to the Beginning was the place. What is going to be in the place of that next year? Yes, we can wait around for the next rock star to pass away, but do we need an excuse because the Taylor Hawkins way sold out? Back to the Beginning, I heard 3 million people wanted tickets for 40,000 capacity. So 2,900,000 and 960,000 people did not get tickets. I think with all the great rockers together, you could still create an in-demand event. Man, if nobody else wants to do it, I'll do it. I'll call it Goth Fest. You just have to like this video and subscribe so that I can have the resources to make it happen. But yeah, what do you think about that idea? What else about Ozzy? Let's see a few of these titles here. Ozzy's Olympics, Viral Blueberry, Father's Day Special, The Osbourne Girls Takeover, Ozzy's Wildest Stunts about adrenaline, 50 Cent versus Trump, Scammed the Osbournes, Toilet Licking Politician, Ozzy watches dogs get on. I haven't seen this one. Okay, that's awesome. We brought an ER doctor on the show. Roast of Tom Brady. Oh, Roast of Tom Brady. I remember when that happened a year ago. And that was on the news. Something happened. Can't even remember. A year's worth of news today is just so many things. Yeah, for like 2 days. I remember it was like, did you hear the roast of Tom Brady or something? I don't even know why it was on the news anymore. He ate a monkey. Would you eat a monkey? Ozzy's alien encounter. I kind of want to watch them rewatching the Osbournes. The Osbournes show, I rewatched it when it first went on YouTube and Amazon Prime, which it's available free now. And it is, I love it and I want to continue it. I can only take like 1 or 2 episodes at a time. You kind of get fatigued watching them because the whole show is like people yelling and screaming at each other and complaining. And it's like, ugh. Like, and I don't mean that in a bad way, just in the funniest way. We love them. Once again, rock and roll's first family. It's just, I mean, my own family home videos. It's, you just get fatigue watching home videos. It's, you don't get as much fatigue watching a TV show or movie because it's already been written for excitement and then it's been cut down so that it's like constantly entertaining. And I mean, you still get tired of it after 2 hours, but when it's family home videos or professional home videos, the time is less. Yeah, I just want to say one more time. Let's see. Actually, let's see. Dirty Plain Habits. I remember that one for sure. Ozzy hates this episode. Osbournes get political. I remember that. Bill Hader is Ozzy. Breaking Our Silence on Ozempic. Princess Kate's diagnosis. I remember that one. Who Stole Ozzy's Money? Love Story. Would You Rather? What the holy hell? Told rock stories. Okay, well, here's a Christmas one. That's probably good to rewatch now in this Christmas time. Osbournes Go to Therapy. Ozfest. That was one you can see here. I've rewatched it because Sharon talks a lot about it, and I thought that was really interesting. So, Halloween Nightmares. I think when I think back on this time, my personal life, this was a really good part of it. I remember every week when this would come on, and I'd be working or something, and I'd have this going on in the background, just like listening casually, and then like when Ozzy would speak, I'd turn it up, or like I'd like rewind it or something, and yeah, it was just like I felt close. Like I felt like I was in the room, and I've always had dreams that like I would meet them and like get along with them, and they would be interested in the art I'm creating, and especially with Ozzy. I think if I could have shown him any of my band's songs, he would have enjoyed it. I don't know. Yeah, the Snorting Ants one. Yeah, we got a lot of Ozzy here. So, once again, rock in peace, Ozzy Osbourne. Thank you for everything. I could have sworn he said he was working on an album that hasn't been released yet. Is there an unreleased? Are there some songs still? The last few years, he made like 3 albums, and they were all incredible. Ordinary Man, Patient Number 9. He's made that was a really good partnership with Andrew Watt at the end. Yeah, these are good watches if you're looking for more Ozzy content. Okay, well, that about wraps it up. My name's Alex Goff. I'm a rock musician in Los Angeles, and I make videos talking everything rock. So, like this video, subscribe to support, and stay in touch with my future videos. Comment what was your favorite Osbournes, and what do you want to talk about next. Peace.